So today we'll discuss the principle of reversibility. Look at here. Principle of reversibility. Okay. So let's write down what is the definition of this. That is, if the final path of ray of light after it has suffered several reflection and refraction. Okay, reflection and refraction is reversed and it traces retracts its own path, then it is called reversibility of the light. So to understand this, look at here. Suppose there is a medium here. This is medium 1, this is here. Okay, then this is another medium, suppose glass. Okay, denser medium, or you can read denser medium, medium 2. Okay, now suppose there is a ray of light falling on this AB. Okay, this will be called angle of incidence. Now what you do is, it suffers, instead of going straight, it will bend towards the normal. Now just place a plane mirror perpendicular to this. This is the path C. So you can say AB incident ray, AB is incident ray, BC refracted ray. Now this is angle of incidence, this is angle of refraction. So what you will get here? AB, ABN, this is suppose N dash. ABN equals to angle of incidence, and CBN dash is angle of refraction. Okay, now so what you observe here is, so what will be, according to Snell's law, according to Snell's law, sin I by sin R, that is refractive index of 2 with respect to 1. Okay. Now, when the plane mirror is placed here, when the plane mirror is placed, plane mirror is placed, then CB and dash becomes angle of incidence. This becomes angle of incidence. Okay. Then this will be angle of refraction. This will be reversed again here. This ray was coming, when it falls on that, is reflected back, then it is reversed in its own path. So you can say NBA equals to I, that is angle of refraction. So again, if you use the Snell's law here, what will be Snell's law? That will be sine of angle of incidence. So for this, sine of angle of incidence is sine r by sine I. Look it, the ray is coming from 1 to 2, that gives the refractive index of medium 2 with respect to 1. When the ray is going from medium 2 to 1, that will be refractive index of 1 with respect to 2. 1 with respect to 2. So now this is equation number 1. This is your equation number 2. Multiply 1 into here is sine I by sine r. Here is sine r by sine I. That becomes 1 mu 2, 2 mu 1. That means, what did you get? This will be cancelled. So 1 equals to 1 mu 2 into 2 mu 1. Refractive index of, so you can say 1 mu 2. Refractive index of 2 with respect to 1 is reciprocal of refractive index of 1 with respect to 2. So this is called, in terms of refractive index, that is the reciprocal of refractive index. Okay. Then you will study refraction through a rectangular glass slab. What will you observe in that? Refraction through a rectangular glass slab. Okay. So what is that? Suppose this is the thickness of the glass slab T. Okay. Now what you see is, this is your glass, this is your air. Okay, a ray of light coming from AR to denser A, this is suppose B. Angle of incidence, it bends towards the normal. Again, when you draw a normal here, it goes from glass to air, it bends away from the normal. Got my point? Suppose this is I1, this is R1, this is R2, this is I2 suppose. See, for this is the refraction. Again, from this medium to this medium when it is going, this is your angle of incidence. Suppose I2, this is your refraction IR2. So discuss here a ray of light going from air to glass, glass to air. Angle of incidence, angle of refraction for this. For medium 2 to medium again 1, that becomes I2 as angle of incidence, R2 as angle of refraction. So you can say here, when the ray passes from air to glass, air to glass, so Snell's law will tell you what? Na A mu g. Why A mu g here? Refractive index of glass with respect to air, that is sin I by I1 by sin R1. Okay, then comes up when it goes from glass to air, when the ray passes from glass to air, it becomes what? Refractive index of air with respect to glass. So that becomes, this is angle of incidence, sin I2 by sin R2. Okay, let's multiply these two. Multiplying 1 and 2, what will you get? If you multiply 1 and 2, if you multiply, then you will get sin I1 by sin R1 into sin I2 by sin R2. It is refractive index of glass with respect to air. This is refractive index of air with respect to glass. Just now you studied also. Let's write here. Also, refractive index of glass, principle of reversibility you studied, 1 by reciprocal of air with respect to glass. That means in place of this, what are you going to write? In place of this, you are going to write this one. So also you see, these two are parallel lines. Two parallel lines cut by a transversal, or you can say two parallel lines cut by a transversal, alternate angles are equal. So you can say R1 equals to I2. Since if I say it is PQRS, if I say PQRS, PQ parallel to SR. These two are parallel, two parallel lines cut by a transversal, alternate angles are equal. You can say that is I2 equals to R1. These two are equal. So I2 and R1 will be cancelled here. So what are you going to get? This implies sin I1 by sin R1, sin I2 by sin R2. It is 1 by G mu A into A mu, G mu A. This gets cancelled. So this also gets cancelled. So you are getting cross multiplication, sin I1 equals to sin R2. I don't know whether it is visible or not. Let's write again here then. Sin I1 by sin R1, sin I2 by sin R2. Okay, that is 1 by G mu A, G mu A. This gets cancelled, this also gets cancelled because I2 equals to R1. So what did you get? Sin I1 equals to sin R2. Means what will you find here? That is sin will be cancelled. I1 equals to R2. So that means angle of incidence equals to angle of emergence. You can write down angle of incidence equals to angle of emergence. Angle of emergence. I hope you can see it here. So when these two angles are equal, what you can say? These two lines will be parallel. That is AB parallel to ABCD. AB extension you see here. This is the direction of incident ray. Okay, this is the direction of incident ray. So this is, that means incident ray or refracted, these two becomes that incident ray is displaced as CD. So this distance between them you call as lateral displacement. So the perpendicular distance between incident ray and refracted ray, sorry, emergent ray, the perpendicular distance between incident ray and emergent ray is called, I hope you can see it. It is not visible, na? Problem. Emergent ray is called lateral displacement. Okay, so now we'll see here refraction through a combination medium. Refraction to a combination medium. So I hope you can see it nicely. So combination medium means, suppose this is air, medium 1, then you have a level of water here, 2 water, 3 glass, level 3. Okay, now let's drop the perpendiculars to each. Suppose a ray of light coming from A, B, suppose. Okay, air to water is denser, it will bend towards the normal, little bend. Okay, now again water to glass, it is more denser, again it bend towards the normal. Then this will go from glass to air, denser to air, it bends away from normal. So let's see the angle. If I say this is I, this is R1, we know these two angles are equal. This is R1. Okay, this is suppose R2. Then also these two angles will be equal, R2. Then angle of emergence, incidence we proved, also equal. Just now we have proved. So if I write here air to water, air to water. Look at air to water. What is the angle of incidence? I. Sin I by sin R. Equation number 1. Then comes water to glass. Water to glass. For water, this is angle of incidence, this is angle of refraction. The sin R1 by sin R2. 2. Then, if you again see glass to air, this is again air. Glass to air, that is sin, this is R2 by sin R. This is third. Now multiply these three, what you get? Multiplying 1, 2, 3. Multiplying 1, 2 and 3. What will you get? You are getting air to water, water to glass, glass to air equals to sin I by sin R1 sin R1 by sin R2. I think you can see it, still not visible, I think. sine R1 by sine R2 sine R2 by sine I. So all will get cancelled. That means you are getting AR2 water AR2 water, water to glass, glass to air equals to 1. Okay. Then if what is then water to glass? Now 1 by air to water and glass to air. Achha, if you reverse it, what will you get? Then you will get you are getting air to water. This is glass to air is 1 by reciprocal of air to glass. That means water to glass is 1 by air to water. This will be reciprocal. Reciprocal means you can write air to glass. So this could be a formula we will be using later on. Okay, now then comes up what is the practical application of refraction. You might have seen that the bottom of a bucket looks higher than real it is. Also you can see when you place a coin inside a bucket, you see the coin is raised. So that is what we will be discussing here, practical application of refraction. Real depth and apparent depth. Practical application of refraction. Practical application of refraction. Okay. Consider a coin is placed at the bottom of a beaker containing water. Problem is with the pen. So what you observe here is, suppose this is a bucket of water. Okay. Then this is the level of the water here. So a coin is placed, means here. So what you see is, take two rays. One ray which goes in the direction of normal, it passes without any deviation. This will go directly. Another ray, when it goes water to air, it bends away from normal. So now this is the angle of incidence. But when you observe, when you look at from here, then you feel this ray. Which one? It is A, B, C. You will feel the BC ray as if it is appearing from this place I. Okay? As if this is coming from this place I here. So, two more lines you can write on this. Consider OA ray passes without any deviation. First point, OA ray passes without any deviation. Then OB ray, a refracted ray. Refracted ray appears to come from I. Refracted ray, you will feel that as if it comes from I. Thus, this is your angle of incidence. Which one? B angle of incidence. Angle of incidence is BOA, that is I. Okay. Then angle of refraction will be this one R. Angle of refraction, that is BIA. This is also angle of refraction. Which one? This one. BIA, that is how much? Now that is R. Okay. Then what will you find on this? Then you are finding it is going from water to air. Water to air is angle of incidence sine of I by sine of R. That is sine I means which one? BIA. Sine of BOA angle by sine of BIA angle. I hope you can see it. Okay, now look at here. What is if you see this triangle? What is BO sine of BOA angle? Sine theta perpendicular by hypotenuse, that is AB by BO. Sine BIA, that is again perpendicular by hypotenuse, AB by BI. Therefore, water to air refractive index, look at, if you put the values you will get AB by BO divided by AB by BI. Can you see? AB by BI. Okay. Then that gives you, this is cancelled. So refractive index of this BI will go up by BO. BO will remain. Okay. Now look here. Since the pupil of human eye is very smaller, so you will feel that B is closer to A. Since the pupil of human eye is smaller, then the point B becomes closer to A. Closer to A. So in that case, what will happen? Closer to A means the B comes to A. B comes to A means AO, BO will be same. Implies AO equals to BO. AO equals to BO. Then also when this point becomes closer here, it is almost AI equals to AI. A and B are same, will be BI. So now if you put here refractive index of AR, BI, you are writing AI equal by BI becomes what? AI, BO becomes AO. Okay. So then this is the refractive index of what? Then 1 by, this is same as refractive index of water. Sorry, AR mu water means refractive index of water with respect to this. This will be reciprocal. This the you have taken as suppose mu. So the reciprocal will be, this will be reciprocal AO by AI. So what is AO? The real depth. That is real depth by apparent depth. Real depth by apparent depth. So we'll continue this tomorrow again. Some more things to be discussed on this diagram.